Hi Jan, this is Lawrence here at the David Lebeda Golf Academy in Spain. First of all, we're just going to have a quick look at your golf swing and just run through just the key points. I mean, you're a good player, single figure player. One of the things I think you were kind of struggling with was a little bit on the strike, wasn't it? I think you caught just a few a little bit heavy. Some of the shots were also maybe slightly thin as well, so heavy, thin. And really, we just want to get you back into striking the ball, because I know you've had a little bit of a layoff from your golf, and really, strike is one of the most important things. So, if we have a look at the swing again, I'll just do a quick analysis here, and what I'm going to show you just from the very beginning is that you just tend to, if you have a look on the right-hand side, you just tend to be falling back a little bit too far into your heels. So, for me, the balance looks like it's probably somewhere around there, so really leaning back towards the heels. I'd love to see you just get a little bit more over on top of the golf ball. So what I mean by that is maybe sharpen up the hip line just a little bit to try and get the upper body more on top of the ball. Okay, so that was one of the things we wanted to do. We wanted to place the balance a little bit more on the balls of your feet and just get you a little bit more on top of the ball. That was the key thing. If we start off the analysis here on the left hand side, one of the big things that we notice is, when you actually make the movement away, there's a lot of shift. I mean, there you can really see how you're starting to anchor most of your balance really set into the outside of this right foot. And then from there's a lot of movement away where your spine gets displaced from the center, and then you'll coil away, and as you can probably see, just too far away from the golf ball there in terms of your center line. So it makes it very difficult, now that you're hanging a little bit too far back on your right side, it makes it difficult to try and get any kind of downward attack or downward angle onto this golf ball. And you can see just how the club actually bottoms out a little bit too far behind the ball. So every swing has an arc, and unfortunately the low point of your arc is some 3 inches behind the golf ball, which means that you're going to catch a few heavy, or if you miss the ground, you might catch them a bit thin. So you can really see just the amount of, it's not really scooping, just coming in a little bit too shallow and a little bit too far under in terms of the angle of attack. Okay, now what's that due to? Well, due to the fact that you're a little bit in your heels. What we'll also notice here is, as you wind up, just very flat as well with the shoulder turn. Okay, and that's normally what happens when you shift off the ball like this. So what's the main feel? Well, if I pull up an image, really, of what we were trying to do, and let me just pull that up again, so let's get that up. And you can see just here, I'm just asking you just to apply a little bit of pressure. I've got my fingertips just on the side of your left ear, okay, and just asking you just to try and press onto that. And if you have a look at the difference there with the body, okay, so first of all we'll see more of this kind of line coming up as opposed to 1 and then 2 with the upper body. Okay, so you're a little bit more on top of the golf ball. Another thing you also notice is the left shoulder is a little bit lower down. We can see this in a better view later on, but it's not as high and not as lifted as this one there. Okay, so that was the sensation. Whenever you're on the golf course, that's the feeling that I want you to try and have. Imagine the side of my hand by the side of your left ear and try and press it there, and you can see just the position you get there is very, very good. We have a look at the other view, so if I pull up the other view that we had, and let me just zoom this up. So we tried to get you a little bit more top heavy, try and engage a little bit more of your core there, so not a bad job there. I mean, one of the things is you're actually getting down more on top of the ball, which is absolutely excellent. Okay, now watch the feel again. So we'll wind up to the top of your swing here, and you can see how the club's very much lifted. There's no real angles, no real kind of pitch to your shoulder line. It's very, very flat, very difficult to return to the golf ball there. But if you have a look at this one, you can start to see just how much more compact you look. But also, if you look at the body angles, okay, yeah, the right leg's straightened up a little bit, but don't worry about that. Have a look at the club and look at the plane of the club as well, and the left arm. But most importantly, look at the pitch in the shoulders. So you're actually holding on to your angles a lot better when you feel this. Okay, so that's the feel. Now, you know, feel's a good thing, but also what you need is actually a drill. So the drill that we gave you, and a drill that you had a lot of success with, and you could actually feel a change in terms of compression on the golf ball, and also a change in the consistency of the strike as well, was this one, you know, where you pulled the right foot back slightly, and then from there trying to feel as though you're staying a lot more central in your backswing. So if we have a look at this, you can see the big change that we're going to notice. You know, one of the things we'll see is you're staying a little bit more central with your upper body, okay? And as we wind it up, a lot more pitch with the shoulders, okay, which is excellent. Now, this is the crunch time really, is downswing. Look at the angle, okay? Look at the downward angle here. There's, ooh, that club's just bottoming out a little bit too early there, okay? And that's where you're getting your fat shots and your thin shots. Have a look at this. Have a look at the impact here. Look at the downward angle that you're coming in at. Okay, so the bottom of your swing here, Jan, is going to be somewhere over here. Alright? And this is exactly what you'll see. So impact there. You can see the club head's overtaking the hands. Not a very strong left side, but also there's a lot of tilt as well, isn't there? Okay? And that's just you hanging back and being a little bit flat in the backswing. But have a look at this. Look at this impact. Okay, now that is a terrific impact for you to try and work on. Alright? But then again, have a look at how solid the hitting area is here. Very, very good. Okay? But remember, you've got to fix your body, you've got to fix your pivot in the backswing to be able to reach this this impact position. And that's how you're going to start to get more of a downward angle onto the ball. But that's the change that we're looking for, Jan. Okay? So very, very good there. Keep on working that drill, keep on working that feel. Excellent.